There we are. The recording is started now. So again, if this is your first time here being with me at a training, this is what I love the most about my position here with 7K. I love helping people understand what they have their hands on and actually how to take this from just being a membership to building a business and changing your lifestyle up with your membership here at 7K Metals. So for those of you that don't know me personally yet, my name is Diane Graber. And I've been with 7K now for a little over 6 years, and it's been a game changer. I promise you, this is the best place to be in the industry is right here at 7K Metals. Everything is here for you that you need to build an incredible business and an incredible lifestyle based around your membership here at 7K. So you're at the right place with the right time with the right people. Our ownership, our leadership teams, our corporate teams, you just can't find better folks than what we've got in those positions. It's pretty incredible how it starts right straight from our ownership right on down through the field. We've got great people, really, really great people that are all willing to help you build your business at whatever pace you're willing to go with it. And think about that for a moment. We don't want to push you, but we do want to help propel you in the right direction. And that's really what my goal is with all of these trainings that I do for everyone. So let's get things underway here. Let me share my screen here and we will do a PowerPoint here and get that underway. So we got some visuals to keep me on track. All right, here we go. Okay. Brenda, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen okay. Can you see my screen okay? Yep. Okay, super. All right. Okay, then let's get things underway here. Feel like your dollar's definitely on the decline? Folks, it's because it is, okay? All this mass inflation right now is really taking a toll on the average family. Our dollar is on the decline, everything is on the rise. All this hyperinflation is really causing a big panic. Well, I'll tell you what, in every crisis lies opportunity. And stop and think about that for a moment. Every single time there's a major crisis in the world, somebody is using that as an opportunity for themselves to progress in whatever area they see that they can tie to that particular crisis. Well, you know what? This is no different. Right now, this crisis that's going on in our economy today, it's our opportunity to share our message of hope and this financial literacy to everybody that you can think of and to do it right now. Okay. I don't know if you all are really tuned into what's going on in the world around you, but there is a lot of destruction that has been left in the wake of the pandemic. And there are a lot of people that have lost jobs, that have lost health care, that have lost income, that has lost tenure. There's a lot of people that have lost a great deal as a result of this pandemic. There are more people out there today looking for something like what we do than ever before. Still to this date, there are more people on Google looking for a way for home-based business than there has ever been yet. So people are looking for us, folks. We just got to make ourselves visual. So what should you be doing about this right now? My friends, you should be developing your system, okay? Your system. And the reason I say your system, every single one of us is going to have a system and a rhythm to our business that makes sense for the rest of our lives. The word system stands for save yourself, serious time, energy, and money. And again, we're all going to have our own little system. Some of you work traditional jobs. Some of you own other businesses. Some of you have family situations that have just now cropped up in your life. Some of you have things going on that changed your system all of a sudden. So you've got to develop your system that makes the most sense for you so that you can create consistency with that system, because the consistency is going to be the real key here. Now, the 7K system is really super simple, and we put it into three categories: connect, share, and create. Now, if you look in your wealth system app, you're going to see that system is in alliance with everything that's in the app. There's a connect, a share, and a create. Now, the connect part, you need to start connecting with people with quality conversations. And it's not all about 7K Metals. Do not get on the phone with somebody very first time that you've talked to them in forever and start pounding 7K at them. Okay. Connect and rekindle the relationship. And then when they ask you what you've been doing, you can then open up and say, I've been doing something incredible with this company called 7K Metals. I think you might find value in it. Maybe when we're done with the conversation here, I can send you some information. But what's been going on in your world? Start asking the questions and listening to the answers, because the answers will tell you what will put them in your business. It's always been said that the least you say, the more you make. You have to be more interested than interesting, which means you talk less and listen more. So ask a question and listen to the answers. But when you're connecting, you got to connect with quality conversations so they realize that you're interested in them. Now, the share part, okay? The share part, always share corporate approved materials, corporate videos, either from your back office or from the Wealth System app. The wealth strategy booklets, that's a great way to share the information, or putting people on webinars where one of us in the leadership group is actually doing the work for you. And then group get-togethers. Have some people at your house. Throw out some chips and salsa. Throw some coins on the table. Start letting people touch and hold some of the silver that you possess, and start talking and sharing your stories. Okay. So there's a lots of different ways that you can share the information with people. Just make sure that you're doing it with corporate approved materials. Don't start making stuff up on your own. Now, you also need to get really good at sharing your story. Every single one of you is going to have a different story. Every single one of us has a story to tell on their little journey here with 7K Metals. And your story is your story. This is the framework for a story, though. Before 7K Metals, I did this. I joined because of whatever reason you joined. Since I become a member, I've seen this happen, or I've done this, or I've experienced that. And I see this, whatever it is, in my future because of 7K. So again, it's before, the reason why I joined. Since I become a member, this is what's going on, and I see this in my future. That's the framework for your story. That's what we call an elevator pitch. Short, sweet, and simple. If you jumped on an elevator with someone and you went to the 5th floor, you should be able to get that story out between when the doors shut and the doors reopen. That's your story. Now, there's something really to be said about the fact that facts tell, but stories sell. You can tell somebody all of the facts about 7K. You can talk to them about the Sound Money wallet. You can talk to them about Stack and Sell and the gold-backed IRA and all the ways to make commissions and yada yada. I mean, you can go on and on and on with all the facts about 7K. But I'm going to tell you this. The facts don't matter. If your story is really good, you will draw people into your business based on your story. Okay. So your story needs to be really good, and you need to put it in that framework so that you get really, really good at repeating it all the time. You need to tell your story to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, if you want to create some momentum in your business. The more people that hear your story, the more people will join your business. I want you to get sick and tired of telling your story, is my point here. I don't care where you're at. Tell your story, okay? Somebody asks you what's going on in your life, tell your story, okay? So it's really important that you put the framework together and you build a story around the framework. Now, these files that I'm showing you here on screen, these files should be on hand and ready at all times. So this is the one-page share plan, the member benefit wheel, the Sound Money wallet, and then the 7K healthcare plan information. Get these out of your back office. You can find them in the, I'm sorry, you can find them in the trainings tab under the file vault. Okay, so go in and download these into your own computer in a file folder that is earmarked that these are the files that you'll be emailing and sharing, and have them separated so that you can find them quickly. And the reason I say that is because if you're doing a follow-up with somebody that maybe you live in Montana and you're prospecting someone in Arizona, that follow-up call, that you ask them what they liked best about what they looked at, and they said, I love all of it, but I'm not sure how you make money with this. That's when you can look like an absolute hero and say, listen, I'm going to zip a really quick document into your email, and then I want you to pull it up while we're on the phone so that we can talk through it. That's your time that you can actually send that one-page share plan into their email and have a really good conversation while they're looking at the plan. Same thing with the benefit wheels. Okay, I'm not sure what all the benefits are. Let me send that to you really quickly. And I want to make sure that you know what benefits are available to you with your membership. So these are really important documents to have on hand. Okay, so print them. I print them and laminate them so that they're always available and they're always clean copied. And then I actually have some copies to give away to people. But I've always got these in my vehicle at all times. Any trade show that you're doing, these documents should be in your booth. And then have coins on hand. This is part of being prepared to always work your business. You don't want to lose opportunities when you have the opportunity, if you run into somebody, to share your story and to share some of these documents with them so that you can have a decent conversation about what you have to offer with 7K. And having coins on hand to dump in people's hands, I promise you that is the magic sauce. Okay. If you want to light somebody up and really get them in a completely different frame of mind, dump a tube of Silver Eagles in their hand. It is incredible what that does for people. But again, these documents should be in a file folder and you should always have some coins on hand. Now let's talk about the create. What do we create here at 7K? We create new members, right? And then we create income for that new member. Then we create a team for that member. And then we create leaders from that group of members. So let's break this down for a moment, okay? So what you're doing is you're creating a business where you can only create a business if you have new members. So you've got to take that new member and you've got to get some income rolling to them if you want them to stay. The surefire way to get somebody to exit stage left is to have them here with no help and no income coming in. You got to plug them into what's going on, and then you got to help them actually create this income on the onset. And then you've got to help them, lock arms with them, get in the trenches with them, and help them build a team. The only way they're going to ever really prosper here is if they have a team of people. The only way they're ever going to get rank advanced to make the larger amounts of money per week is if they have a team and they're creating leaders out of that team that they can raise through the ranks of themselves. So this is the create part. New members, income for them, a team for that person, and then leaders from that group. Always be looking for new leaders. There are leaders that are going to crop up all the time. And they may not be people that you personally brought on board, but you'll know when they show up. You'll know that that particular person is definitely somebody that needs to be pulled into the rank of leadership in your business. And always be on the lookout. Okay, always figure out who is it that just joined my business, because you never know who that next hotshot is that actually comes on board and makes a big splash in your business and makes a big, big difference for you and for the team that you're creating. Okay, let me try to get rid of these again. All right. One of the other things I'm going to highly suggest that you do is write weekly target goals every Sunday that's just based on your 7K business. Why Sundays? Because our weekend's on Saturday night at midnight. Sunday morning is a brand new week for you. So the first thing you should be doing is figuring out what the goals are that you want to actually accomplish this week, but take a measurement of the goals that you did last week and see where you fell short and where you actually hit your targets. Some of those goals might need to be rolled into this week, and then it's time for conversations, because some of those goals are going to include other people for you to hit those goals. So for example, if I want to rank Kathy Schaefer up to copper this week, I got to make sure she knows that she's on the hot seat and she's the one that I want to actually get rank advanced this week. So I got to talk to her in order for that to actually happen, right? So I can't just say I want to rank her up to copper and she knows nothing about it. We have to have a very good conversation. We got to make a game plan. We got to figure out what we can do throughout the week to make that actually happen. Okay. So when you write these goals out, you have to then go to the people that are involved in the goals and start sharing that information that you want to help them do whatever it is that goal consists of. So write them out though. Don't just say, okay, this week I want to do this. Put pen to paper, write it out, because at the end of the week, I want you to look at the goals that you wrote out so you can take a measurement of what you did and didn't do well. Okay? Very important. Got to take a measurement each and every week. Now, one of the goals that you should be shooting for every single week is rank advancing your next copper associates. I can tell you right now, that is the anchor position in our whole entire company. The more coppers that you can create out of the organization that you are building, the more volume you will have traveling through your business, and the more leaders that you're going to actually pull to the head of the class. So, what does it take to qualify for the rank of copper? The rank of copper is 2 personally enrolled on the left and 2 personally enrolled on the right. And then you take one of those personally enrolled and help them become an associate, which means they get their first 2. That's 8 memberships strategically placed creates the rank of copper. 4 that you've personally enrolled, and then 2 from a person on the right and 2 from a person on the left. So think about that. If you draw this out for somebody, they now have a roadmap. They know exactly where these positions need filled. They know exactly who to be working with. They know exactly what they need to do to fulfill all 8 of those positions and hit that rank of copper. I can tell you this, the majority of the people that I have rank advanced, it's because I drew it out on paper for them and made sure that I put in the names of the positions that were already filled and left the other ones blank and said, those positions need to be filled, and there's your next rank advancement. And I do it for copper, I do it for bronze, I do it for silver, I do it for people so they have this roadmap, so they have an actual schematic, if you will, of what they need to actually do to fulfill the rank. So draw it out for your people. I promise it makes a big, big difference. Now, who should we be marketing to, right? Okay, I said every crisis presents opportunity, right? So this list right now should consist of everyone you care about. If you care about that individual, they should know that we have some really big solutions here at 7K for some of the big problems that are going on around us. Everyone that you do business with, I don't care if it's the guy that cuts your hair or mows your lawn or fixes your engines or repairs your cars or reupholsters your furniture, everyone that you do business with should know what you do. And then every professional that you interact with. I'm talking about your CPAs, I'm talking about your brokers, your bankers, your insurance agents, your realtors. Everyone on a professional level that you interact with should know what your business is. You'd be surprised how many professionals look at 7K as a complete no-brainer, that this is absolutely something that they would put their name to and they would share with the other professionals that are in their circle of influence. You would be shocked at how many professionals will jump on board here. This is very different than marketing lotions and potions and oils and makeup and such. We're talking gold and silver. We're talking financial solutions. We're talking about things that are needed and necessary in the marketplace today. Now, every person also that you can think of whose employment was just compromised with the pandemic, we need to help those people. We need to make sure that they know that there's options out there for them. Remember, I said earlier that still one of the top Google things is how to build a home-based business. People are looking for us. You might not know that the person that you're prospecting has been Googling something like that until you present this to them and they go, wow, I've been looking for something like this. So every person that you think's been compromised, you need to be offering 7K to them. Now, revise your list on a regular basis. Okay. So have the list with you all the time. Keep adding to the list. When you drive by a restaurant, you might know the manager there. When you drive by the bank, you might know a couple of the tellers there. Or you drive by an insurance office and you know that agent. Those people should be added to your list. So always revise that list. Now, what I'm going to suggest you do then with that master list is you pull 3 to 4 people each week off of that list. Those are the people that you are in hot pursuit of. Those are the ones that you're prospecting this particular week. Those are the ones that you're going to make the contacts with and try to schedule some sort of a means of them seeing 7K. So if I sent a video to your phone, would you take a look at it? If I invited you to a Zoom meeting on Thursday night, would you show up? If I invited you to my house, I only have so much space and I've got somebody coming to share my new business venture, would you show up on Friday night? So if I would you is your invitations. So you got to start taking names off of the master list, putting them on the weekly list, and then putting out a good invitation for them to actually see the information. Super important that you do that systematically and methodically each and every week. Now, I want you to keep in mind though that most people right now are still either underprepared or not prepared at all. Think about this. The statistic that's in our wealth strategy, 44% of the Americans can't cover a $400 hiccup. That still holds true. And I'm sure that that number today is probably way worse than 44%. So the idea here is you've got to take a different approach. You got to keep in mind that 90% of all Americans prior to the pandemic were living paycheck to paycheck, and there's still problems where they don't have full employment yet. Maybe their company is still on a skeletal crew trying to come back from all of this. Maybe the company is gone and they're still looking for new employment. But think about it, 90% of all Americans prior to all this mess were living paycheck to paycheck. Right now is the time for you to go into this calm, confident, and professional with your approach. And the reason I say this is because for years and years, anybody that's been in another business in this industry, you've probably been taught to just go be so excited that they'll join you just because you're so excited. That hair on fire, oh my gosh, I found the next best thing. That's not our approach here at 7K. Our approach here at 7K is a simple question to your prospect, maybe that says, what are you doing to protect yourself against what's going on with the economy? And then sit back and listen. What are you doing right now to take care of your family while this hyperinflation is raging right now? What are you doing to make a difference right now? You have to be calm, confident, and professional because you have solutions to their situations in the member benefits that are offered out of our membership. So calm, confident, and professional. Please remember that. It's important. But as you're sharing 7K, I want you to understand that there are three things that everyone wants to know. They want to know, first off, can I do this? Secondly, will you help me? And thirdly, how do I make money with this? So I can promise you, as you're sharing a video or you're going through a wealth strategy booklet with them, those three questions are popping into their head. Can I do this? Is anybody going to help me? And how do I make money? Let's address all three of these. Can I do this? You have to do something that is duplicatable. So that means push play on a video. That's the easiest and most duplicatable thing that you can do is either share a video from your phone to theirs, or if you're sitting with someone, just push play and hand them your phone or your iPad or whatever the video's on. Be duplicatable. Don't make a big deal out of it. Don't sit down with a laptop and a PowerPoint and documents and coins. Don't go through all that. Thumb some coins in their hand, push play on the video, and say, check this out. That's duplicatable. That's when your friend can look at you and go, if that's all I got to do, I can do that. But I can't do all that other stuff. I can't do a PowerPoint. I don't have a laptop. And that's just all beyond me. But I can push play on my phone and dump some coins in someone's hand. Now, the second question, will you help me? You have to convey to these folks that you will help them, but not that you will do it for them. Never set yourself up that you're just going to get in and I'll do it all for you. First off, not duplicatable. Secondly, you're putting way too much pressure on yourself and you're sure to fail. And so is your new member sure to fail because they're waiting for you to do this for them. Do not set people up for failure. Make sure they understand that we do this as a team. We've got plenty of help for them. We got plenty of resources for them to use, plenty of help through the leadership team for them, but no one's going to do it for them. There's a little bit of work involved in this, and they've got to be willing to get in the trenches and do the work to change their life. You know, you only have to be uncomfortable for a very short amount of time to change what your comfort level looks like in the future. That period of time, they've got to be willing to dive in and do this. Okay. Now, next question. How do I make money with this? Okay, folks, you make money with this, and you share this one-page share plan with them. That's how you make money here. It's all written out. It's very simple. And if you just pull this document up, send it in their email, have it sitting in front of them, you can explain out very simply how we make money here. Go into the file vault, download it, print it, laminate it, always have it, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to ask you, I don't get how you make money. Okay. For one thing, it sounds too good to be true, so they don't understand how we make money here. So make sure that you have this so that you can explain it and share it. Okay. Now, after you've shared the information, guess what, folks? You got to ask for the sale. It's closing time. Okay. The best way that you can ask for the sale is say, then let's grab a membership and get you started. That's the easiest close, period, that I've ever seen with any company ever. Then let's grab a membership and get you started. Okay. That is a very, very simple close that I want everybody to actually adopt that verbiage. Are you ready to grab a membership and get started with us? Great. Then let me get you started. How do you want your name on your business? Is it Sue or Susan? Is it Bob or Robert? How do you want your name in the system? Okay. And if they say they're ready to go, stop selling. Okay. Stop all the selling and start enrolling. It makes a big, big difference. Okay. You cannot keep selling after someone has said yes, because you will talk them in and out of the business. Because 9 times out of 10, you're sharing information that they don't need to know yet. And you're just going to confuse the situation, and you're going to make it seem much more complicated than just grabbing a membership and getting started. So, are you ready to grab a membership and get started? That's how you actually ask for the sale. So what's our ultimate goal here? Folks, our ultimate goal here is true residual income. And true residual income comes from our autosaver program. It is so exciting to me every week to check reports and see so many of our members that are maxing out their rank pay on coins alone going through the organization. That is as exciting as it gets to me. That is true residual income. And folks, whether you realize it or not, that program is the backbone of the 7K model. That's what moves money through the compensation plan to all of us. And that's what keeps 7K fluid to continue to pay us. So you have to try to get every single one of your members to not only get on the autosaver program, but stay on the autosaver program. It's important. This is the residual income portion of your business. And residual income and leverage, the leverage of other people creating the income, gives you more. And it doesn't just give you more money, it gives you more time, because you've now created leverage. It's not just you going out and doing all the work, it's the leverage that's created with the team. And when you've got more time and more money, that's when you have more opportunities that show up in your life. That's when you can live a life of better contributions. That's when you can do more for the people and the organizations and the churches and the charities that you care about the most. That's when you can do what you want, when you want, with the people that you love, because you've got time and money taken care of. Now you've got these opportunities available to you that most people only dream of. I can tell you this. If you knew what I know about living on residual income, I've done it for decades, you would walk through a brick wall to get to it. It's such a game changer in your life to have leveraged and residual income. It makes everything different. It creates a whole different world of opportunities that most people only dream of. I can promise you, if you knew what I knew about living on residual income, you would do whatever you need to do today and stay as uncomfortable for as long as you need to get to it, because it's a game changer and it is the real success in your life. So make sure that all your team members are on the autosaver program. For one thing, it dramatically increases your retention rates. People love getting these coins coming in the mail every month. They love when the FedEx guy shows up and brings you your coins. And then it holds all the ranks that people have accomplished. So if you've got a a pretty skeletal crew right out of the gate where you've only got a copper on the left and a copper on the right, and you're bronze, and for some reason somebody loses a coin on that one copper, that copper will lose rank, you will lose rank, and that's not what we want. We want you to retain the ranks that you've accomplished, and we want you to continue with the income that that rank will provide for you and your families. So make sure that all your team members stay on the autosaver program because it is that long-term residual income portion of your business. Then one other quick tip here. I want you to commit to working your business part-time, not spare time. Let's face it, none of us have spare time. Okay. I could always find laundry to do, or I could run the vacuum. I mean, I could always do something. I live in a big old house. There's always something that I could be doing. So I don't have spare time. Okay. But if you will just commit to working your business on a part time basis, that consistency portion, if you are just being consistent with part time, whether that's 2 hours a week or 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week, whatever it is that you have dedicated to your business, if you will be consistent with that effort, it'll make a big, big change in what your business looks like long term. So commit to at least part time, not spare time, because it does make a difference. Okay, I want to share this with you and then we'll wind up here. Here's a simple fact. There's 3 measurements regarding money. There is not enough, there is just enough, and then there is more than enough. Now, I know that every single one of you that are on the call here tonight do not ever want to have yourself in the position where you do not have enough, where you're in that not enough category. No one wants to be a burden to their family in their golden years, right? When you're in that just enough category, how many times have you had just enough and then you have a hiccup like a pandemic and then you don't have enough and you slip into that not enough category? Okay. A lot of people went from just enough to not enough. I want you to commit to really working and really striving to having that more than enough category. Put yourself in that more than enough category. Even do it mentally for right now. If you had more than enough, what could you be doing? What charities could you take care of? What families would you impact? What people would you make a difference in their life if you had more than enough money? Okay, think about that because there is a big, big difference in what your overall life looks like and feels like when you have more than enough. When you can help some young woman with 3 kids at a grocery store who's starting to put things away because she knows she doesn't have enough money past what that cash register is saying right now. And you can step in and say, just get the rest. Just make sure that you get the rest. Get what you need for your kids. I'll cover the rest. When you can do simple things like that, I promise you, your life changes. The way you feel about waking up every morning changes. The way you feel about the world around you changes. But you gotta be really diligent to putting yourself in that more than enough category. We've got the vehicle here at 7K to put you in that more than enough category. We've got the vehicle to create the leveraged and residual income that everybody just dreams of. We've got it all here. There's nothing missing. The only thing that's holding you back, though, I'll show you in a moment. I want you, though, to think about this. Are you ready to commit to being in that more than enough category? Because here's the thing. Committing means that you'll do what you said you do long after the feeling with which you said it has left you. Okay, so you can make the commitment right now and say, yep, I commit. I want to get in that more than enough category. I'm committing to doing that. But come next Tuesday afternoon, when life's kind of whopping you upside the head and things are not going as planned, and maybe you've had 7 or 8 people in a row tell you no and that you're crazy and why you're doing one of those crazy things, are you going to stay committed? Because that's when it gets tough. That's when the rubber meets the road and you got to perform. You've got to get out of your own head and out of your own way and recommit and make sure that you're committed mentally to getting into that more than enough category and that you're going to do what you need to do and be as uncomfortable as you need to be for that period of time to get you into that more than enough category so you never find yourself with just enough and then a hiccup and you've got not enough. Okay. So committing, It's a big, big deal to commit. And if you are willing to commit, then it's time to take action. Okay, so the commitment means nothing if you don't put action behind it. You have to make sure that you commit to taking the action, to doing what needs to be done to make all this happen. You can't sit at home and wait for somebody to knock on your door and say, hey, that 7K thing, I'd like to join that. Because I can promise you, sure as I sit here, that's not going to happen. Okay? You got to go out and do the work, meet the people, show the plan, make sure that you talk to enough people to get enough people involved in your business. You got to take the action. So, what's stopping you? Take a look at this animal here. Do we not all agree that that chair could go right along with that horse anytime he wanted it to? The only thing that's stopping that animal is the mindset that when I'm tied to something, I don't move. Okay, he's been programmed like that. Okay, we're all programmed in one way or another, especially regarding money. You get programmed at an early age about money. My mother programmed me that there was never enough, that we were always lacking, that money was the root of all evil. Can't buy happiness with money. I mean, there were a lot of negative things around money in my household growing up as a kid because we didn't have enough. We were in that not enough category. I promise you for sure. I lived a childhood in that not enough category. I never wanted that for my children. I knew I would work hard enough and long enough and be diligent enough that my kids would have enough because I knew what it was like to not have enough. So, what's stopping you? What's programmed in you, right? I'll tell you what's stopping you. It's you, okay? The only person standing between you and the success that you really want out of your 7K business, my friends, is you. Plain and simple, the only thing that's stopping you is you. Get out of your own way, learn the skills that you need to be a professional in this industry, and do what you need to do to make a difference for you, your family, other families that you'll come in contact with, make an impact in the world around you. We have the vehicle to do that. So the only thing that's stopping you, my friends, is you. So I want to thank you for your time tonight. I know a lot of you just got off of one training and jumped onto another. I appreciate that. I know that's quite the commitment, but I am always here every Wednesday night to share information with all of you, to make sure that you understand how very blessed you are to have a membership here at 7K and be part of a group of people that absolutely care about your success. We don't just say it, we act upon it. And any of you that know me and know me personally know that I'm there. I'm in the trenches with you, and I'm going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to make as many of you as successful as you choose to be. And that's my commitment to my group. That's my commitment to me changing the world around me, because I know that I have the vehicle here with 7K to do it. And I know there's a lot of other people that care about your success as much as I do. So reach out. It may be somebody other than me that takes you from where you're at to where you're going, and that's great. And you might not be in my business, and I might be the one to take you from where you are to where you want to go, and that's great too. That's the culture we have here at 7K. But we all help each other. Whatever we can do to help you is what we're going to do to make everything happen for you. But it all starts with you. Okay.
Thanks,
Have
Diane.
a great rest of your night. I'm going to stop the recording here, and we'll let you all say goodnight to one another. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you next week.